good grief. There is no denying that this series is incredibly heartfelt. A number of elements in Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2 served as a reminder that the authors are trying to pack as much as possible into a reduced season, which may cause pace problems. Fundamentally, though, this might be advantageous for the characters and the series ability to transport viewers on an hour-long emotional journey doesn't change. Jack's Unsettling News, Episode 2 of Season 7 of Station 19. It basically talks about life itself. Time waits for no mortal, and life has a curious way of continuing on regardless of what is going on around us. The secret to pulling this off is doing so in an organic fashion, where the characters' growth and the corresponding plot's resolution are sufficient to blur the boundaries of how quickly things are happening. Andy grins next to the flag in Station 19 Season 7 Ep. 2. This hour had that on several levels as the Marina adoption story progressed swiftly, and by the end of the hour, baby Liam was coming home to them. We also witnessed how rapidly Jack Gibson's life has altered as we are forced to mourn what he stood for as a fireman at Station 19. Alice, the best kind of birth control is becoming a nanny. I'm not going to have one. Maya, I stated exactly that. Permalink, the best kind of birth control is becoming a nanny. I don't possess one. The hour's topic was grief, which we witnessed manifested in a variety of ways. While some storylines are progressing really swiftly, this is one of those situations where the season has been shortened and pacing has suffered as a result of the two strikes. Captain Stroll, Episode 2 of Season 7 of Station 19. However, a condensed season also means more focused storytelling, and with that kind of attention, the show needs to make the most of every second while meaningfully telling the stories it wants to tell. We might need to examine our own preferences for narrative construction and delivery or temporarily suspend our disbelief. I agree to receive targeted advertisements and emails. For instance, in Station 19 Season 4, we witnessed that frequently. However, Theo Ruiz and Ben were taking on a Crisis 1 case here that specifically dealt with red flag rules pertaining to firearms. The reason those narrative points work so well is because they made a realistic call and skillfully balanced presenting us the story and the topics they wanted to explore with outlining every detail. Reassuring Connie that he isn't attempting to take away Sam's freedoms or judge her or him. Warren does a great job trying to win her over. Tall, Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2 Theo and Beeb on a crisis. He wasn't attempting to get into a political argument about guns with her or her son. Their goals, along with Theo's, were to make sure Sam didn't blow things out of proportion and damage her, their neighbor and his dog, or Sam himself. Ben felt compelled to quickly convey to Sam how serious things were and that he could endanger himself and others if he didn't get the assistance he needed. When he was at his most combustible, he was already hitting his mother, and things were only getting worse at the rate he was going. There seemed to be no simple answer or remedy, and the situation felt realistic. Not even Connie starting the red flag paperwork is a fix for the issue. Episode 2 of Season 7 of Station 19. Running the clinic tall. Sadly, they won't be able to stop Sam from doing anything if he manages to obtain firearms in another way. But the first step is to make it more difficult for him to just kill or maim someone or something. Additionally, following Ryan's terrible demise, the police are useless on Station 19, as is normal. The attending officer's statement that the only thing they could do for Sam was write a citation for firing his gun in a residential neighborhood didn't come as a surprise at all. Sadly, it was not surprising that his personal prejudice kept him from taking Weevil Navarro. That is, Francis Capra, you will always be Weevil to me, my darling. Really, because his dog, which was similarly the target of bias, looked scary. Children at the Clinic, Episode 2 of Season 7 of Station 19. Even the microaggressive remarks were the casual, offhand remarks individuals make and are exposed to on a daily basis, so they didn't browbeat the point home. And if Sam doesn't receive assistance and no one in a position of power takes any action to restrain his urges, there's a chance that they will return the call in the future. However, it's also possible that we won't find out if this call is successful, which is both reasonable and unsettling. However, that's a reflection of the world we live in, which is why the plot has such resonance. You understand Connie and that she's essentially grieving the son she used to have before he turned into this, regardless of who they are and what people think. Cliffhangers that left us in complete Ostart gallery. You can also feel sympathy for this enigmatic mother, even though you don't know what her objectives are with her daughter Nina. No, it bothers us to see beloved characters, like Karina DeLuca, attacked. She and Maya seemed to be receiving everything they wanted, and they had worked so hard to reach a point in their lives where they are pleased. But now that everything was starting to come together, Karina is being sued by a former patient. It's unlikely that this is the last time we see this mother because, after all, a million tiny things she is portrayed by Christina Moses, and it seems unfortunate that she will only appear as a guest star in one episode. Tall Alice is treated by Karina in Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2. You want to be upset that Karina is being sued by this woman even though we know that she probably did nothing wrong. Naturally, we are unaware of the specifics of this lawsuit and the reason behind Karina's name. However, we believe it has something to do with her child's prognosis. This woman seems to be a single mother who has dedicated her entire life to taking care of her crippled daughter, based on her conversations with Sullivan. And they're basically making hints about the kind of caregiver stress and burnout that comes with taking care of someone. It's a difficult topic to discuss when you have to watch out that it doesn't turn into ableism or other issues. Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2, Marina at the clinic, tall. However, if she is a single mother, the financial and emotional burden of raising her beloved kid is reasonable. And if this lawsuit is her means of obtaining assistance, support, or redress, it is an intriguing area of investigation. This plot's potential seems realistic in light of the challenges that many doctors encounter on a daily basis. However, it's also something that can be discussed without making this woman seem like a villain right away. And that's a fascinating idea. However, during a terrifying day of station lockdowns and after learning, thanks to the fierce Natasha Ross, that Alice, when Marina found out about a lawsuit, she was relieved to hear that the nanny had dengue. They were able to take Liam home. A serious Maya Tall, Episode 2 of Season 7 of Station 19. It seems to be moving quite quickly, but I'm good with that as long as the plot advances. And they both had such a joyful expression. I particularly adored the fact that baby Liam was brought into the station by Maya Bishop, who teased Alice about how she had changed her mind about having children, and showed him off to everyone. For these two, it's a fantastic next step as they're about to take the fast track and become mothers. While Station 19 takes a lot, they also offer a lot. Despite everything they endure, people are confident that Maya and Karina are strong enough to handle these challenges together, from parenting and the highs and lows that come with this journey with Liam to Karina's upcoming lawsuit. Working together, Marina, Tall, Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2. I adore that instead of acting as rivals in their relationship, they are tackling the most recent issues as a cohesive unit. Natasha and Sullivan have the capacity to accomplish that as well. Even though this girl has never shown affection for Tully, the random proposal made by one of the children was the loveliest thing you've ever seen. Furthermore, I adore how Ross is making Sullivan earn it. Putting in the work instead of diving in headfirst is a better method to make sure this is something they both genuinely desire and think is possible. Notes for passing. Episode 2 of Season 7 of Station 19. Overall, both had excellent installments. Natasha and Andy handled the whole panic wonderfully, and Natasha's dengue save was amazing. And Sullivan performed admirably at the clinic and in times of crisis, so it's hardly shocking that Andy put him on clinic duty after taking his patronizing, mansplaining advice. It highlights that despite prior conflicts, the group is a family and interestingly appends the dynamics between the individuals. Sullivan would eventually collaborate directly with Karina more frequently, but I'm looking forward to that because, in spite of some of their conflicts, they're a strong squad. Sullivan with a child of Station 19. Beckett's involvement with Vic Hughes for Crisis 1 excites me as well. You can judge me all you want, but I'm a big fan of the grumpy, sunshine dynamic, and this team is among the most interesting to emerge in a few seasons. Vic's charisma and charm captivate everyone, and Beckett is no exception. It was wonderful to reunite with him upon his release from rehab, and in Station 19, Season 6, Episode 17, we witnessed the results of his hard work and Vic's sincere concern for him. Beckett, Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2 Accompaniment. The plot was among the best in Station 19 Season 6, and the gorgeous work from that episode cried out to be repeated. And this did not let us down. Vic was the first person Beckett contacted upon his release from rehab, and he went to see her to ask for help in going to his uncle's Irish wake because it felt natural. Vic, how are you doing? Beckett, I don't know, but I kind of felt like I could still be a part of my family. Vic, you know, sometimes kicking an addiction requires kicking people as well. Psychologists refer to the pain that results from ending relationships as ambiguous loss. Beckett, Dr. Phil, thank you. Vic, how about you sign up for Crisis 1? A right hand is needed. Beckett, you're doing something, I see. You're attempting to give poor Beckett a sense of belonging to the group. Vic, proceed or abstain. Permalink, you know, sometimes you have to give up individuals in order to kick an addiction. Psychologists refer to it as. It was thrilling to watch Josh Randall and Barrett Dawson unanticipated but delicious chemistry throughout their scenes together. Even though Beckett was controversial at first, he managed to be humanized in a way that made him one of the most interesting characters in this series. Beckett, sober, tall, episode 2 of season 7 of Station 19. It's getting to the point where you actually care about Beckett and his welfare, which is why it was depressing for him to go through each trial at that wake against his family. I wonder how much stronger he would have been without Vic's help. You can see how Beckett got to be the man he is once you see his family. His family as a whole struggles with alcoholism and views drinking as an integral part of who they are. It was regrettable how they jokingly called each other names like Shawnee Blackout and Good Time Gracie, and laughed at each other. They're all brass broods and politically incorrect people that don't know how to help one another instead of bringing out the worst in one another. An Evening with the Becketts Tall, episode 2 of season 7 of Station 19. It became obvious that Beckett would never benefit from routinely spending time with much of his relatives around the time his uncle persuaded his kid to cauterize his nosebleed. The whole thing was gruesome and macabre. See also, Station 19 Round Table, Jack's Destiny and Marina Adoption. In keeping with the theme, Vic assisted Beckett in realizing that his relationship with his own family will change and that he would miss the connection he shared with them prior to his sobriety. However, if they aren't helping you, you may have to cut ties with individuals you love. Tall characters Vic and Beckett from Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2. Additionally, it's good that Beckett understands that the family can and does embrace him in spite of everything he's done. Since the central theme of this series is the station acting as a found family, it's a pleasant development that Beckett was included more into the group, primarily because of his unique relationship with Vic. It also made you value the small things, like when he played with baby Liam during the group dinner, and joined Jack in his emotional moment with the Fire family instead of isolating himself. He'll accept Vic's offer to co-manage Crisis 1 because he's prepared to join Station 19. And we are aware that, in spite of his personality, he excels at it. While Beckett's development as a better man is evident, it's equally fascinating to watch Travis Montgomery wrestle with his own questions about what it means to be a good man. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.